everybody, and I am still here. Welcome back to Pokemon Gold White. Last time, well, last time we beat the Strident City Gym pretty easily, I must say. There's a lot easier than I initially thought it would have been. So that's actually really good for us going forward. However, we're not out of the woods yet. We're not done. We're not out of the woods yet. We have things we need to do here in Striking City today before, or at least in the area before we can move forward with the story. So, with that aside, let's get started. So, shall we? We need to head to the Dream Yard. We need to head to the Dream Yard for Fennel, and we need to go find that Dream Nest. Now, I'm going to say this before we go further. I'm going to say one thing. In the last episode, when I covered all the Pokemon in the Dream Yard that we could find at that time, there was one Pokemon I left out. It is a special encounter of sorts. You can in the Dream Yard, in the grass, right now, you can find Jirachi. No, I am not kidding you. Jirachi is in the grass here in the Dream Yard. It is a 1% encounter. It is a 1% encounter, so it is very, very rare. You are not likely to find this thing for a very long time. However, if you do find it and you're able to catch it right now, that would be incredible for you. But again, it is a 1% encounter, so I did not go. It is a 1% encounter, and it is a legendary, so I did not go over it at that time, as I did not want to have you guys spending a crap load of time trying to find this thing. It'll be level 30 if you find it. It'll always be level 30 when you find it. So the repel trick will work if you want to try and find it. But again, I would advise against it because it is so rare that it's not really worth trying. It's not really worth going out of your way to do that right now. But again, if you're crazy enough to try, go for it. That aside, I should probably talk about Jirachi now, shouldn't I? So, Jirachi. It is a very interesting Pokemon in terms of being a legendary. Its stats are something that you don't really are something interesting for sure. Simplest way I can put it is that its stats are good. Its stats are good, and they're fairly they're just pretty good all around for being a legendary. In terms of moves, it gets the usual things you would expect Jirachi to have. However, it does get a few other things to work with. Let's be honest. It does get a second ability to work with, Magic Guard, which can be very helpful for you if you want to try using that. However, people like to go with the obvious pick of I want Serene Grace just to be a troll strategy. So again, the choice is really up to you on what you want to do. There are no new moves for Jirachi to learn, but again, it being a legendary, does it really need any? Probably not. Probably not is the answer, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. That being said, despite not having any new moves in its moveset, I will at least show a couple of moves of note that Jirachi does learn if you so choose to use it. Anyways, with that out of the way, and that special encounter out of the way, let's actually get back to the Dream Yard. I needed a cut, so I took care of that. Anyway, let's get going. Bianca. Hi, Seamus. Are you looking for the mysterious Pokemon too? We hear it. Hey, did you hear that sound coming from the other side of that wall? Come on, let's go see. Oh, wait. We found you, mother. Come on, make some dream nest. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing? You thinking about us? We're Team Plasma. We battle day and night to liberate Pokemon from foolish humans. What are we doing? The Pokemon Mana and Masharna emit a mysterious vapor called Dream Mist, which can show people's dreams. We're gonna use that to make people want to release their Pokemon. We'll show them dreams to manipulate their hearts. Come on, spit out that Dream Mist. You're kicking a Pokemon to make it give off Dream Mist? That's mean. Why? You're trainers too, right? That's right. We're Pokemon trainers too, but we fight for a different reason. Like you two, we're fighting for the freedom of Pokemon. And setting Pokemon free means that we win Pokemon battles and take Pokemon by force. So on that note, we're going to rescue your Pokemon from you. What? Don't hurt Seamus! Here we go, first battle with Team Plasma. Despite it being the first mandatory time we fight these guys, no bios for these guys. It's just a battle against Team Plasma. That did literally nothing. Okay. Bravia needs some help. I forgot Royal did not do much fighting when we were in the gym, so Royal's a little bit under level right now. Wing attack. Come on. There we go. Drowsy, huh? Oh right, I have it set to set mode. Alright, quick check. There we go. Seconds. I'm gonna try and get some awesome experience here. Back. Bro, that'll help. Let's get rid of Lear. Actually, oh wait, I'm an idiot. I have contrary. Growth is literally useless to me. Whoops. Were you not taking them seriously because they're kids? Well, whatever. I'm next. I need to switch again. And yeah, switch train's still a bit of a thing here. You need to also remember, if for some reason the balancing seem a bit weird or different compared to Renegade Platinum, that's because you need to remember this was made well before Renegade Platinum was, so keep that in mind. If things look different, there's a reason for that. Drayano got better at balancing over time. I did not miss a single wing attack there. Timer. Alright, let's just keep hammering away then. I still did not miss. Oh no, nope. Nope. Actually, I wonder. How close is Royale to the next level? Might be able to do it. Swing attack it again. No, I just missed it. Alright, let's just kill this Grimer. There we go. Level 14, perfect. Alright. I can't believe we lost. But we have to achieve the Dream Mist. Come on, make with the Dream Mist! Knock it off! What are you two doing? What are you two doing goofing off? We Team Plasma shall separate Pokemon from foolish people. If you cannot fulfill your duties. This isn't Ghetsis when he's gathering followers or Ghetsis when he's trying to control people by tricking them with speeches. Yeah. This is Ghetsis when a plan is failed and he's about to issue punishment. At any rate, let's hurry and say we're sorry before so he forgives us. What was that just now? That person called Ghetsis appeared all over the place, and it wasn't real, right? Could it have been a dream? And that Pokemon. Oh! I couldn't wait so I came over. Is that a Musharna? Did something happen? Oh, Fennel. See, well, Mana was here, but then Team Plasma and Mana, and Musharna came, and it showed us something like a dream, and then Team Plasma. I think I followed that. See, Musharna evolves from Mana, so seeing Mana in trouble, it must have used its power, making dreams its reality to save Mana, which means, wait a second. extremist? With this, I can complete my research. You two come by my house later, okay? How random was that? James, why do you go to Fettel's house? Me? Well, I'm gonna go look for the Pokemon we just saw now. So, Bianca's gonna be here for a while, so let's go check on Fennel. Fennel, what do you got? Ta-da! Thanks to you, I got some Dream Mist, and now I can collect the safe files of various trainers. Thank you very much. And she's gonna give us the Sea Gear, which is absolutely useless right now. And I'll just turn it on so that way our bottom screen looks a little bit different. See, the Sea Gear was activated and that screen showed up. And she's just gonna give us a tutorial about the Sea Gear and game sync with things we can't do anything with. And we also get this little notepad thing. There we go. Let me check something. Do you give me any... No, you do not. No, you don't do anything. Okay. Alright. And we're all good there. Let's go. Alright. Let's heal up. Let's heal up and then we can get going. Alright, let's get going. Now that that's done, this old man will let us go by to round 3. However, there's a catch. We can't get to the grass yet. There are some trainers over here that we can fight. There's some trainers over here we can... Whoops. I didn't actually mean to go that far, but... Actually mean to go that far, but whatever. We'll fight her real quick, and then we'll go fight that double battle that's actually mandatory. All right. I'm gonna skip the other trainers in that area for now, and let's do the mandatory double battle. Crap, this is not good. Let's take this on. Uh-oh. Come on. Alright, come on. There we go. Level 18. Level 18 for story. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to learn Endeavor. And down they go. Alright, if you need a heal, talk to this person here. Oh yeah, don't walk one more step forward, because if you try and get into the grass, this happens. Damn it, stop! We both have the trio badge. Let's see which one of us is stronger. Yep, you don't get it saying anything. Here comes Sharon, ready to fight you one more time. Here we go. So Sharon, he's gonna lead off with a star raven that's level 14 with reckless burst ability, and that's all I have for my notes. For some unexplained reason, Triano's notes for Blaze Black and Volt White are kind of incomplete. So I have no idea what's wrong with it. So I have no idea what exactly the movesets for these trainer battles have. Some of them have movesets, others don't. But anyways, Sharon's going for the double team strategy, so I'm just gonna spam wing. I'm gonna hit wing and move the wing attack instead. Quick attack. Let's finish it. Let's take her out easily. There we go. Level 16 for Royal. Lead Tornado, there we go. I'm gonna replace Vine Whip that. Gonna get rid of Vine Whip because Lead Tornado is a much better move. Log and roll up. Perfect timing, actually. Just switch back. Because Rock'n'Rolla is level 14 as well, and it's got sturdy for its ability, so I actually know what I'm gonna do here. Oh, great. Oh, wait, never mind, contrary. Nice. I'm gonna do a wrap real quick. And let's do Leaf Tornado. There we go. And Pan Sage is out next because depending on what starter you pick, he'll either have a Pan Sage, Pan Force, or Pan Seer. All of them will be level 14. All will be level 14, and they'll either have Torrent, Blaze, or Overgrowth, depending on which one you're fighting. So keep that in mind. There we go. And Tepe, his starter. Jared's starter will always be level 16, holding a Citrus Berry with their hidden abilities. So contrary, Vital Spirit, or adaptability, depending on which one you have. In this case with Tepe, in the case of Tepe, he has adaptability. So this thing can deal quite a bit of damage if you're not careful. So watch out for that. Oh, that sucks. And poor. Waterfalls. Let's finish it. There we go. I see, so that's how you battle. Out of the way! What was that about? Bianca, why are you running? Hey, where were those people headed? That way, bud. Why are you running now? Oh, seriously? They run so fast. Yes. Oh. Hey, Pokemon. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't cry. Bianca, really? Why were you running? You have to hear this. Those people stole this girl's Pokemon. You should have spoken up sooner. We're going back to get we're gonna get those Pokemon back. Bianca, stay by the girl's side. And we can move now. So now, after that, you can go into the grass and go fight and go catch any Pokemon that are in there if you so choose to. And I'll go over those Pokemon in just a sec, after I heal, of course. Alright, let's go. So, the grass. Since we beat the first gym now, you can run into rustling grass as well. So, I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go over the rustling grass first, and then I'm gonna go over the normal grass, and then the double battle grass at a later point. There is double battle grass, but it's down there, and we cannot go down there at this current time. So I can only go over the single battle grass and the rustling one. So starting things off for the special encounters, we have Audino. Now, Audino has always been something that I don't fully understand. It's basically a Chansey ripoff, except it's slightly more, except it's a little bit better in terms of actually being able to take a hit from physical attacks. It does give quite a lot of experience, so if you need to grind a little bit for some reason, that's probably the mon you want to fight. However, the catch is that sometimes you'll run into stuff that isn't Audino in the rustling grass. So keep that in mind when you're doing. So keep that in mind. Not just because you see a rustling grass doesn't mean it's free experience. Although I would at least check the rustling grass when you get a chance, because you never know what you're gonna find. Aside, Audino doesn't get any moves that of particular notes, aside from Yawn and maybe Wish. On that side, its moveset is still the same, its stats are still the same. It's just kind of alright. But hey, if you need a normal type that's okay for the time being, then I guess you could do worse choices than Audino. That aside, next up on the list of hidden Pokemon in the rustling grass, believe it or not, Oshawott is here. Now, I already went over Oshawott, so I'm not going to go over it again, but I just thought I'd mention that Oshawott is here. However, the rest of the Pokemon in the rustling grass are something to behold, because the other Pokemon in the rustling grass are 5% counter, or 5% chances of finding them there, and they're the other 4 water starters that we haven't seen yet. Squirtle, Totodile, Mudkip, and Piplup can all be found in the rustling grass here. So on screen now, you're going to be seeing the stats, the moves, and the stats of the other starter Pokemon that you can find in the rustling grass here. So, which one would I recommend here? Well, I mean, realistically, I could recommend any of the starter Pokemon, especially because they are all good in their own right. they're all doing alright. They're starter Pokemon, of course, so they get pretty good. So they're usually going to have decent moves and things like that to help them out. In terms of in terms of which one I would personally go for, I guess it depends on your starter. Obviously, if you have Oshawott, don't pick Oshawott. But if you want something else, then if you want to get a different water starter, then honestly, my best bet would be to pick Mudkip because it's the best in terms of overall typing. So there's that. But again, you can pick which starter. If you need a water type, then here's your best chance to get a good water type right now. Unless of course you want to use Panpour. But again, this is up to you here. Anyways, that out of the way, we can get on to the normal encounters that you can find in the rustling grass, and starting off with the Pokemon that just left, we have the one, the only Abra. And as you saw there when I was fighting said Abra, it had Metronome. No, I am not kidding. Abra at level 1, Abras will now have Foresight, Metronome, and Teleport for moves when you run into them. So, didn't mean to click on that. So yeah, if you're trying to catch an Abra, if you wanted to catch an Abra for your team, you have a much better chance of being able to catch one now because they're not going to teleport instantly on turn 1 anymore. Or at least you have a better chance of them not doing that. Honestly, they can still teleport, but at least you have a better. Another thing to mention is that this entire line gets Magic Guard, and Kadabra specifically. Kadabra will evolve into Alakazam at level 36. So if you needed something else, if you needed a good Psychic type and you always wanted to use Alakazam, now you get a shot at it. So keep that in mind. That side again, this line has always been really good, so if you want to use it, go for it. Plus, you get Aura Sphere level 56. That's always a good thing to have. Anyway, now getting back to the normal order that they show on my list here, Mareep, ironically enough. Now, this line has always been a fan favorite, especially if you played Gold and Silver back in the day, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver and used it on your team. It's a really good mon to use. It's a really good mon. So I can always recommend this thing. Static and Overcoat are its two abilities. Ampharos can now learn Flash. Ampharos can learn Flash Cannon, TM91 at a later point, and it has some pretty solid moves already. So keep that in mind. Plus, if you were eagle-eyed enough, you would also notice some certain moves that the line learns at different levels. If you catch a Mareep, you should legitimately skip evolving it at level 15, and wait one more level and evolve it at 16. That way you get the move Shockwave one level early. Yes, you get Shockwave at level 17 as a Flappy, but you might be inclined to get the move one level earlier anyways, just so that way you get a really solid move a little bit sooner. But again, choice is up to you on if you want to make that call or not. It doesn't really affect anything in the long run, so choose what you think is right. But personally, I'm gonna catch a Mareep. I want to at least catch one because I'm not sure exactly where I want to go in terms of overall team direction, because there's a couple mods I'm looking at to cover my weakness to flying. So Mareep is going to be one of them. No nickname for this one right now because I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. Anyway, next mod on the list, Tailo, ironically enough, decided to show up. Now, I don't know what to think about Tailo. It's kind of, my honest opinion on Tailo is that it's a bit underrated. It's an underrated normal flying type, but it just lacks that little bit more to be able to make it truly viable against some of the other mons like Star Raptor. So that's my thought. That's my thoughts on that. That's really all my thoughts on that. It's good. It's good. It can be good, but it gets outclassed. That's really all I can say on it. But if you like Taylor for nostalgia reasons, or if you just want to use something different, then I'm in no position to stop you. Plus, you get Plus, you have Unburden and Scrappy as your two abilities now, which is really nice. Plus, some much-needed stab boost as well to make it a little bit better. Plus, you get the broken acrobatics in this game, so that's always a plus as well. So you do have some things you can do with this line. Just, I still feel like it gets a little bit outclassed by Star Raptor and a few other mons. The choice is yours. Next up on this list is Swellow. No, not Swellow. Shellos. Jeez, I really need to remember how to English today. So, Shellos. This thing is actually pretty decent. It's a little slow. It's a little on the slow side, but it is still a very solid Pokemon to use. Plus, it's got the ever important Water Ground type, which everybody seems to like that. So if you pick this one, if you pick up Shellos, you're getting a really solid Pokemon. However, there is a catch though. Because we also have access to Mudkip at this time, your Shellos is competing against Mudkip here. Would I recommend one over the... If I had to pick between the two, obviously Mudkip would probably win out, but if you don't want to spend the time looking to get Mudkip, then Shellos is a good alternative. Plus, it gets a few moves that Mudkip cannot. So you have that as a bonus as well. Anyways, with that out of the way, next Pokemon up on the list, we have Sunkern. This thing was so bad for so long, and guess what? It's still kinda bad. It did get some much needed boost, that's for sure. Because Sunkern from Generation 2 all the way to Gen 7 is the weakest Pokemon in terms of overall stats. Like, there are Pokemon that have lower stats in certain things, like Shuckle having really bad attack, or Munchlax being the statistically slowest Pokemon. But Sunkern is just the worst overall in terms of stats. The only getting beaten out by Wishy-Washy's solo form in Gen 7. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it got. It was so bad that a solo form of a much better Pokemon was the result. Was the only thing that could beat it. So keep that in mind, I guess. Now then, Sunkern, Sunkern and Sunflora, still pretty bad. Would I recommend using them? Absolutely not. This line is really bad. If you really want a pure grass type, you would honestly be better off having Simisage. You would be better off having Simisage or another grass type at that point. I still can't recommend this line despite the changes Drayano giving. But at least it makes it so it's a little bit better if you really want to stretch the limits of what is possible here. But again, with this line, pass. Especially given especially given the next two mons that you can run into, Lotad and C-Dot, the two version exclusives from Gen 3. Both of these mons are much better than Sunkern in pretty much every single way. Lotad with having a really good type combination of water and grass for its two types makes it really good for just sticking in there. Plus both types have really good special moves to its name. Plus you can teach this thing Ice Beam and Blizzard. And it gets fake out. For priority chip damage. It's really just good. Plus Swift Swim and Rain Dish are also good abilities if you want to run a rain team as well. The point is that Ludicolo is that Lotad, Lombre, and Ludicolo are really good. Also, look at its its learn stat. Look at its learn stat. Its learn stat is just fantastic. Now, C-Dot and Shiftry, on the other hand, are also very good. Their abilities are pretty unique. Their abilities are unique and different from each other, or unique but different enough to be useful in some way. And Shiftry got some much needed boost to its moveset, gaining some very valuable moves that it couldn't have previously due to one reason or another. And those moves also make it a really viable choice over Ludicolo as well. Both of them are good in their own rights, so it just comes up to which of the two you want more. Which one suits your playstyle better? You want Ludicolo with the arguably better type combination and also having the ability to be put on a rain team, or do you want to have Shiftry, who's a little bit faster and has some also really good type coverage for the types it has. The choice is yours on those two. And next up on the list of mons, we're running through these ones really fast. Shinx. Now, I kind of criticized Shinx a little bit in Renegade. I kind of criticized the Shinx line and Triano a little bit in Renegade Platinum because it appeared that Luxio and Luxray's dark typing was a bit broken in that game. However, in Blaze Black and Volt White, it works just fine here. So I guess it's just a Renegade Platinum issue. But regardless of that fact, Luxio and Luxray are Electric Dark in this game, and Luxray got a much needed speed boost as well. And on the move side, Luxio and Luxray both got a nice boost as well, getting access to the other two elemental fangs, double kick as well, Thunder Wave, which for some reason was hard to come by for it, and Night Slash. And if you can somehow get it to level 70, you can get Volt Tackle, Pikachu's signature move. And this thing is really good. Like, really, really good. The choice, if you are willing to stick with this thing can hit hard and really put in some good work. But Shinx also comes under fire because it has to compete against against the Marie line, which is a fan favorite as well. So the choice is up to you. Which line has the better moveset for your specific playstyle? Do you want a physical attacker? Or do you want a special attacker? Do you want to be able to paralyze mons easily, or do you want to be able to lower their attack upon being sent in? It's a really interesting conundrum, and I hope you make the right choice for yourself. And to finish off this laundry list of new Pokemon for now, because again, there is double battle grass with new different encounters in there. We just can't get to it right now. Finish off this laundry list of new Pokemon. We have Phanpy. Oh my god, I found a Phanpy! As Sugar Conroy once said in Pokemon Crystal. Vampy is a 5% chance of finding it, but it's a pretty good mon. Sturdy actually works in this game, so Sturdy actually works as it's supposed to in this game. So you can use that move. You can use catch up Vampy with Sturdy and make it work for you, which is always really nice to have. However, I will say that Vampy can be a little annoying to raise up at first, but if you're willing to put in the work, Vampy and Donphan will not let you down. Plus, Donphan also now has Sand Force Donphan has Sand Force as its other ability, so you could potentially use it as a sandstorm team. Albeit it's a little tricky to do that, but hey, if you want to make that strategy work, by all means, go for it. See what strategies work for you. One other thing to mention is that Sturdy is a Donphan again also has to compete with a competing ground type. In this case, 2 of them. However, Donphan is the one that's strictly focused on physical attacks, so keep that in mind. However, I still could recommend these ones. Again, you see there are some interesting moves there that you can work with. So, choices again, just pick the one that works best for your playstyle. That's all I can say. There's a lot of variety. There's quite a lot of variety on this route, so try and pick the one that works for you. As I say, this fight has been going on for way too long because I am not good at talking and paying attention at the same time. But anyways, there we go. There we go, all done. That breeder's gone. And what? Royal is evolving. Royal has evolved into Servine. Got a much needed boost to our stats, and we get Twister as a new move. I am getting rid of Growth because Growth is borderline useless here. So we'll do that. And we got a free Oranberry from this. Alright. Up and Wild Pokemon. Now, I will say that I also will mention this. Off screen after this episode, I'm gonna be running around. I might do a little bit of grinding and fight some of the trainers I skipped, and also catch a couple of Pokemon, and also maybe catch a Pokemon or 2 for my team. So my team might look slightly different next time in the next episode. But that's mainly just because grinding takes a day and a half in this game because of the experience system, and the next major thing is to help Charon out. So we'll do that in the next episode because I wanted to just get through this. Anyways, with that done, I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye. Man, my voice is shot.